and then it's going to stop playing. You come down here, edit output, and it's still recording.
So if you pause, keep playing.
Yep. Alright guys, welcome to this week's Patreon video. Let's go ahead and get warmed up. We're going to start with some high knees. We're going to switch it up to some butt kicks. Then we're going to start with some straight leg kicks. Now we're going to do high kicks, except for we're going to add a twist. Do some shoulder circles. Try and get your hands behind your shoulders for an extra stretch in your chest. You go ahead and make your circles bigger. And we're going to reverse directions. You go ahead and make your circles small again. All right, we're going to spread our arms nice and wide. Fingertips are pointed backwards. And we're going to give ourselves a big hug. Try and get your elbows as close together as you can. And remember to switch which arm goes over top. Shake it out. We're going to go ahead and take one hand and we're going to start folding and bending at the wrist. Remember to go nice and slow. And then once you feel your arm starting to get warmed up, you can go ahead and go for the full arm extension. Switch arms. right. So now we're going to raise our arms up and we're going to make some elbow circles. And switch directions. All right, now go ahead and take a wide stance, hands at your side, and we're gonna do some hip circles. It's kind of like your slow motion hula hooping. And reverse directions. All right, now we're going to do something similar. We're going to do trunk circles. So still a wide stance, except for this time we're going to try and drop our trunk close to the floor and come back behind us. Try and make as big of circles as you can. And we're going to switch directions. So we'll go ahead and get started. Our first exercise is the squat. So what we're going to do is we're going to have our legs about shoulder width apart. We're going to hinge at our hips and sit back like we're sitting in a chair. We want to try and get our legs at least parallel with the floor. Come up, squeezing your glutes. Now we're keeping our core tight the whole time. Remembering to breathe. You should be inhaling on the way down, exhaling on the way up. All right, go ahead and take a break. Ready for your next set? All right, so legs about shoulder width apart. We're gonna hinge at our hips, sit back, come up, squeezing our glutes. right, take a break. All right, last set of squats. All right, take a break. All right, so for our next exercise, we're gonna lay on the ground or something soft. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna do some glute bridges. So we're gonna have our feet underneath of our knees. Try and get your heels or your as close to your butt as you can. Hands can be at your sides. Now what we're going to do is we're going to squeeze our glutes to bring our hips up in the air. And we're going to hold that and then lower back down. All right, so we'll go ahead and get started. Up, squeeze your glutes, hold, lower back down. Exhaling when you're pressing your hips up, inhaling on the way down. chest. Extend one leg out in front. Keep the other leg pulled in tight to your chest. Switch legs. Switch. Switch. One more to each side. Switch. And switch. All right. So for the next set of glute bridges, you can either do them just how we did on the last round, or if you want, this time I'm going to do some single leg marches. So I'm going to start in the bridge position. Arms are at my sides, and I'm going to pick one leg up, slowly lower it, switch legs. Right, and lower back down. Go ahead and bring your knees up. Put your arms to the side in a T. We're going to lower our knees to one side and roll our neck to the other. And we're going to slowly come back to center and switch sides. Do one more to each side. All right, go ahead and put your feet back down on the floor. We're going to do our last set of glute bridges. So if you like, you can do either of the variations we've done already, or we can do a bridge walkout. So what we're going to do is we're just going to step our heels out in front of us, trying to keep our glutes and hamstrings engaged, and then walk them back in. And remember to switch which legs go first. And remember to keep your core tight, and remember to breathe. each side. And lower back down. Go ahead and hug those knees in. And then this time, if you can, go ahead and bend your knees and grab right outside of your feet. And try to pull your hips apart and pull your feet back towards your head. And this is happy baby pose. And if you can, go ahead and extend your legs, get a stretch in those hamstrings. And go ahead and come back up to your feet. All right. So for our next exercise, we're going to want something to lean against, a wall or anything is fine. We're going to do some calf raises. So what we're going to do is we're going to have we're going to try and lean against the wall and kind of do like a very shallow plank. So glutes are squeezed, core is tight, spine is nice and straight. What we're going to do is we're going to stand up on our tippy toes, hold it for just a second, slowly lower back down. All right, we'll go ahead and get started. Should we just be exhaling when we're pressing up? Inhaling on the way down. Single foot. If you're doing single foot though, make sure that you match the same amount on your opposite side. Usually it's better to start with your weaker side.
That's BT going crazy.
Go ahead what we're gonna do is we're gonna do a set of push-ups. So you can either do them in the traditional plank style, or if you need to make it a little easier, you can do them on your knees. Just make sure that you're keeping a nice straight spine and you're keeping your core and your glutes engaged.
Okay.
Well, make a mental note of the time. Alright, so hands are under our shoulders, shoulder blades are squeezed together. We're going to lower down, press up using our chest and shoulders and triceps. Inhaling on the way down, exhaling on the way up. All right, so whenever you're ready, we'll go ahead and do our last set of push-ups. I's, Y's, and T's. So we're going to start off with our arms out in front of us. And so thumbs up. This is the I. Arms in the Y formation. That's our Y.
That's BT going crazy.
And then bringing your arms all the way out to the sides for the T. And then we'll go in reverse. T's, Y's, and I's. All right, so we'll go ahead and get started. All right, last one.
That's BT going crazy.
All right, take a break. If you want a good exercise in between our sets, we can do some 90-90s with our hips. So just slowly try to roll your knee in and out. Try and get as close to the ground as you can. And this is going to work our internal and external rotators. All right, next set. set. Eyes wide and tease. And take a break. Got one more set after that. This time, if you're doing the 90-90s, try to pick your back heel up off the ground. All right, get on your stomachs. Last set of eyes wide and tees.
You
out.
going crazy.
We're going to come over here and find a wall. And what we're going to do is we're going to stand with our side to the wall. Now the foot that's closest to the wall takes a step forward. The hand closest to the wall, we're going to try and walk up the wall. Now we want to get a stretch in our chest, and we want to look over our opposite shoulder. Remembering to breathe. Slowly climb that back hand up the wall while trying to keep a straight spine. And release. We're going to switch sides. So shoulder against the wall. Step the leg closest to the wall out in front. We're going to look over our opposite shoulder and climb the back hand up the wall. Remember to breathe.
FBG going crazy.
All right, one more to each side.
FBG going crazy.
All right, last one to the other side. So now we're going to stay here at the wall. We're going to use it for balance. And what we're going to do is we're going to grab the top of our foot and try to pull the heel of our foot to our butt. Try and keep a nice tall spine. Stare straight ahead. Remember to breathe.
FBG going crazy.
And switch sides. switch.
That beats you going crazy.
All right. Now what we're gonna do is we're gonna put both hands on the wall, and we're gonna kick a leg out behind us and try and stretch our calf. Now if you can, just make sure that you get your heel of the floor completely on the ground. And switch sides. And switch.
That beats you going crazy.
And switch. All right. So next what we're going to do is we're going to stretch out our triceps. So we're going to take our hands up over top of our head, reach one arm in between our shoulder blades, and with the other arm we're going to gently pull in at the elbow. Keep your glutes engaged and your core sucked in. And release, switch arms.
That beats you going crazy.
And switch. And switch.
That beats you going crazy.
All right, and release. So now what we're going to do is we're going to stretch the back of our shoulders. So hands together in front of you, and we're going to pull one arm across the chest. Now try not to let your shoulder come up. We want to keep it pulled down in the socket. And release. Switch sides. And switch. So that's it for today, guys. Thanks for tuning in. See you next week.